welcome to Mrs. Lovett's, the home of the worst pies in London. That is right. It is time to kick off the second show of our magic-filled 51st season here in 2016 with the Muni debut of Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street. I'm Jeremy GOECKNER, and I'm joined here by two of the stars of the show, Meredith Thomas playing Mrs. Lovett, and of course John O'Connor playing Sweeney Todd himself. Guys, thanks for being here.
Thanks you.
So, we talk a lot in these interviews about the iconic nature of these shows, and well, I mean, it holds very true with this one, and you guys are playing two of the biggest characters in theater history here. Such giants like Patti LuPone and Angela Lansbury, George Hearn, and Michael Cera, Johnny Depp. Yes, all these people. What's it been like? Have you tried to draw inspiration from anywhere, or have you tried to amalgamate like all these things, or what specifically are you trying to do to live up to these iconic parts on this stage?
This is truly a show that. I've seen it, in various media, but it is one that it's not a war horse that I'm really familiar with.
Sure. And
so I found in this process that I was actually just reading the script,
Yeah.
and developing from there, and actually looking at stage directions and reactions. And
hey, who knew?
Who knew? They actually are all in there. So yeah, it's been difficult. It's Sondheim, and so I found that the only time I had was to read the script and develop as I went.
I really wanted to avoid comparison to archetypes of Mrs. Lovett.
Sure, yeah.
So just like John, I spent a lot of time reading the script, reading the lyrics. In addition to the Helena Bonham Carters and the Angela Lansburys and Patti LuPones, there are thousands of other women who have paid Mrs. Lovett their tribute. My goal is that people will really fall in love with Mrs. Lovett until you don't anymore.
That is a very good description. You guys both mentioned Stephen Sondheim, of course, the composer and lyricist of the show. There's nobody like him in the history of musical theater. My personal favorite. What is it like trying to bring a Sondheim song to life on the stage? There's oftentimes very hard rhythms. There's oftentimes like tons of lyrics he packs into a short space. What's it like trying to bring the genius of Sondheim to the stage?
Ask me after opening night. I'm still working on it.
Yeah, right.
It's exacting and unforgiving.
Yeah.
It is.
You have to do it the way it's written, or it's not going to work. And it's genius the way it's written, but it's very, very difficult.
We've had to surrender to the music. Sometimes actors and actresses want to really make it their own, but there's not a lot of room for error, and it's such a tightly written score, and we depend on the ensemble so much, and they depend on us, so we owe it to do all the hours of plunking the notes out just the good old-fashioned way.
This is obviously one of Sondheim's more popular shows. It's very, I always say the word iconic because it's good. It is so iconic in everything that happens, especially these characters. What have you guys found in developing these characters that you really like about them? I mean, these are dark things we're dealing with here, but what have you personally found you like about the characters you're playing?
It's been difficult. Carly Shank, the director, and I had a heart-to-heart a few weeks ago, and she said, do you like Sweeney? And at the time, I really didn't. And she and John Paris, the assistant director, have both helped me quite a bit in finding redeeming qualities in Sweeney. He is a man who's been wronged, and he is seeking revenge, like many of us do. Not necessarily by slitting throats, but it is a story of redemption, and it might not be the type of redemption that you'd expect, but there is redemption.
I really liked her more in the beginning than I do now, but I do things that I appreciate about her. That she is resourceful.
Yes.
In more ways than just what you might think.
Sure.
And really and truly, she masterfully crafts this cunning fantasy that we all hope you guys buy into. But to be able to do that is a really masterful art. Some might say she's kind of a sociopath. But I love playing someone who is so far from who I am.
Awesome. So this is the first time that Sweeney Todd's been done at the Muni. Kind of a stretch for what people are used to at the Muni. you know, when people are leaving this theater after seeing Sweeney Todd for the first time, what do you hope they're taking with them from this show?
Don't tell people what happened.
Yes, okay.
If they don't spoil it. So don't spoil it for other people. I really hope that they walk away and say, that they were entertained. I mean, at the end of the day, you can spend your entertainment dollars anywhere in town, and so I appreciate people that choose to spend their money here, and we want to entertain you. And that I think art is super important like this, because history books tell us what happened, art tells us how we feel about it. And this show, while it is not specifically historically based, it's a reaction to an idea of something that has happened throughout history and still happens today. I mean, love lost, families torn apart, issues of justice, issues of rank and station and poverty. Those things are real. And so I hope that there's something that translates about responsibility, about social responsibility.
Living this 6 weeks here and watching the chorus, I've never seen a show that is so dependent on the ensemble. And it really is, you know, many shows, the chorus numbers are great, but it's kind of, you know, the bridge to the next, you know, when the protagonist comes out and his love interest and, you know, what happens next. This thing is just, you're going to be really entertained by the ensemble, and they really carry the show forward.
Yeah, definitely. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here. Break a leg on opening night.
Thank you very much.